HoloWireMod here. This is tutorial 11, Expression 2 series, where I'm going to be covering holograms. So let's get started with the fun and games by saying an if first else statement. We can actually get rid of all this nonsense, but if first, or dupes, rather, statement, then we will define our hologram. And it's best to put in the if first statement because it's going to take up a lot of ops if you're continuously recreating a hologram. So we're going to put a hologram creation and all its attributes here. So this is the simple form, the hologram create or the holoCreate command, which it's simply going to name an index. You can actually define a bunch more stuff with this command, but I'll get into that a little later. So let's determine the hologram's position. So to type holoPosition, then we're going to put index of 1 representing this index right here. And we're going to have vector, because we have position. Actually, no, we're going to start with the expression 2 chips position, and then we're going to put an offset vector and make that hologram about 50 higher than the position of the entity. So we also want to change the hologram scale so we can see the damn thing, and the scale is between 0 and 50, so we'll just put 111 not to get too crazy, and that's index of 1, and that scale is going to be represented by a vector of 111. Alright, and so we want to be fancy right now, make the hologram have an angle. We can do that by saying index 1, angle, 0, put a 45-degree slant, and that, and let's finally give it a color, and we'll set the color to vector coordinate of being red. Alright, and that's everything we need for a hologram, so paste that, and as you can see we have a nice red cube above our expression 2 chip, and this cube is actually the default model. You can change that model by typing holoModel index of 1, and let's say we want to change it to a cylinder, so we type cylinder. There's a bunch of different shapes, and they're all in expression 2 wiki. I recommend looking them up. There's about 43 of them, so it's hard to memorize, but here, as you can see, the model's now changed to a cylinder. We want to make it a big cylinder. We put 555. Now we got a huge cylinder. Look at that. You can't see our expression 2 chip. Interesting, though, is that when you walk into the hologram, it disappears. That's good to note. So let's go shrink that back down to size. And let's say that we want to give this hologram a new material. Well, I want you to keep in mind that the material and the color commands don't really work so well together, so we're going to put a white color. Alright. And then we're going to go look at our materials list real quick and grab a fun material. Let's say we want to grab, let's grab Phoenix Storm's dome. So we'll go here and we'll go holoMaterial 1, and then we'll type Phoenix Storm's dome. Let's upload that, and there you have it. Now our hologram has another material. So what if we want to delete this hologram? Well, at the end of all this, we can type holoDelete and give the index, and after that it'll delete the hologram after creating it. I don't know why you'd want to do that immediately, but that's how you do it. Or if you want to get rid of all your holograms, you can use the holoDeleteAll. Oops, I'm sorry. I guess you can't use the holoDeleteAll. With a 1 in there at least. What am I doing? Anyway, so that's a bunch of the basic fundamentals, but getting more into the holoCreate command, as I promised, you can actually put a bunch of these commands into here and save yourself some time and worry. So say we want to put the position, that would be the next spot in the holoCreate command, so we put a comma, and let's put entity position, and get rid of this command. As you can see, position worked. And then after that you have the scale, so let's get rid of this holoScale command, put this vector right here, and place this next part right here, and nothing's changed, so it's working perfectly. The next one, you should probably guess I'm going in order, is the angle. So we put the angle in this next position, and nothing's changed. And finally, you may have guessed it, it is the color, which is the last part of this command, which you can add. And let's get rid of the material and set it to green. And there you have it. Well, that concludes all the basics of Holo stuff that you need to know to get started. If you have any more questions or suggestions, let me know. Until then, I'll see you next time.